So I decided to hop on Nosgoth today, and to my belief, they brought in a new game mode, and it's called Flashpoint. That's what you're seeing right now, and of course I'm playing the Sentinel. If you've played the game before or seen gameplay of it, you'll know that the Sentinel is amazing, and it's probably my favorite vampire class so far. This game mode is very similar to Siege. That game mode was in the game a little while back, not too far. But yeah, they removed that, and I guess they replaced it with Flashpoint. Now, the normal game mode is basically Team Deathmatch. I'm pretty sure that's what it's even called, too. But in this game mode, it's a little bit more like domination. If you've ever played Call of Duty or any FPS game like that, there's always a domination or conquest if you played Battlefield. So it's very similar to those. So the humans have to capture points, which you're seeing right now. Manor. We're on point D, and they have 6 points. They're able to capture all of them at the same time if they want to, but you're better off staying as a team, of course. Teamwork is very key in this game. Now, at the beginning of the game, or the round, I guess, because you play 2 rounds, one is the humans and one is the vampires. We started off as the vampires. You start off with 5 minutes and 30 seconds to capture a point. And if you don't capture a point, then you won't gain any more time, which would suck. But that's kind of what we did to the humans this round. Every time you capture a point, though, you do gain a minute of game time, so you'll be able to probably capture another point in that time unless the vampires can stop you. Which, I mean, vampires are pretty strong in this game. If they all attack at the same time, then you better know what you're doing, or else you're gonna die. Honestly, though, I really do like this game mode. Flashpoint brings a little bit of a new dynamic to the game, because in the Team Deathmatch, you're just sitting in a corner or something as a human, if you're playing on the human side. Or you can, at least. That's a really good strategy. I hate it. I hate versing it, but I've done it before because that's how you can win. You just sit in like a little house or something with your bunch of scouts, and you just drop a bunch of traps, and you can eliminate the enemy team pretty fast. Some may refer to it as camping, but in the end, it's a good strategy to help you win the game if you need to. So like I was saying before, I actually do like this game mode a lot better than the original game mode. Not Siege, I'm talking about Team Deathmatch, the normal one that everyone plays all the time. And the reason I would say that is because you always have to keep moving along as a human. You're never really going to be sitting in a corner or something unless you're capturing the point. So if your teammates die, they're generally going to come back and try to help you capture that point. The vampires can't uncapture points, I forgot to mention that earlier. So no matter how high up the point is captured, if you almost have it all the way, they can sit on it all they want. And all that will mean is that you can't capture it if there's more vampires than there is humans on top of the point. But keep in mind, if there are no humans on the point, then the capture timer will go down. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that. You never want to lose all that time you've tried capturing it. On another note, once you've captured the point, it is permanently captured. So, that one's done, and then you move on to the next one. So that's pretty cool. It's not like domination or conquest in the sense that the other team can capture it. So it's nice knowing that you can just move on to the next one and not have to worry about the previous one. I thought this part was pretty funny because I just kept meleeing all the vampires down. Didn't even have to use my bow. Well, in the sense that it's supposed to be used. You know, the main way it's supposed to be used, with arrows and fire arrows, I guess. Or explosive arrows, depending on which bow you're using. So the second half of this game, as I was playing as the scout, as you can see, on human side, we were doing really well against the vampires, and unfortunately I sacrificed myself twice to make sure that we actually had that point captured, because my teammates were across the map or whatever, and I just ran in suicidal and drew the attention away from them so that the vampires would come after me, and I ran around for a bit, and then I ended up dying eventually, but that's what happens. You gotta use teamwork. I'm not sure if you guys noticed or not, but at the top of the screen there, you do have your timer, but then you also have your capture points. So you can see how many you've captured. A little light glowing up. It looks like a little circle with a little line through it. That means we've captured 1 point. So we haven't captured many at this point, but it's only about a minute and a half into the game so far. And if you notice last game, we didn't allow the humans to capture any points, so that means that we already won the game. Which is a pretty nice feeling, knowing that you've already won and you still have about 4 minutes to go. So if you guys have watched my previous videos, you know that I love the ability called Trap for the Scout, and I wasn't using it this game because about 5 out of the 6 points were outside. They weren't actually in a building, so that's why I was using the ability called Volley, which is a beginner ability on the Scout. Definitely one of the best abilities in the game, I would say. Most of the abilities, actually, that you start off with, a lot of the starter abilities are pretty good. A lot of people always try and say, oh, the game's pay to win, but it's really not, because, yes, you can buy abilities, but that doesn't make you any better. Most of the beginner abilities are the best anyways. Then again, that's just my perspective on the game, even though I've been playing for a little bit now. I'll be honest, for most of this game, I didn't even know they had a Deceiver, which is just crazy. Most of the time, Deceivers just love me. They're just running after me all the time. And don't get me wrong, he did try to kill me a lot of times in this game, but I just did not pick up on it that there was a Deceiver. One thing I forgot to mention earlier is that if there is a vampire on the capture point with you being on it or your teammate, it will actually turn red around it. You can see it on the screen right there, and that means obviously exactly what I said. So even if there's a Deceiver in stealth, I think it'll still show up like that. And if you guys want to see a little trick, here it is. This Reaver was on me, I went camouflage, and I stood still, just like a statue. It's so amazing. 99% of the time this will work, because they're always looking for somebody to go running, right? So they have a keen eye for invisible people that look transparent, I guess. It works pretty well against more experienced people too, I've noticed, because they're always looking for the people to run. No doubt, I would be doing the exact same thing, but then I had that used on me once, and I managed to see the guy, but just because he was using a charged arrow. So, I mean, you're pretty stealthed, I'm not gonna lie. So if you guys are wondering what bow I'm using, I'm actually using the beginner bow too. Shocking, right? I know, Aculite likes to use a lot of the beginner stuff. There you go, I'm a beginner noob. Everyone has to be at some point. It's just how life goes. So actually I put a name tag on this bow because I think I got it out of a leveling up bag, and it has a few stats on it like reduce cooldowns by 5% and I think either increased ammo or run speed. I can't really remember which one it is, but it's very helpful. Even the littlest stats can help you survive, that's for sure. I've definitely learned that. Like fleet-footed, except that's 20% increased run speed. Okay, I seriously think I've meleeed like, I don't know, 4 vampires by now. It's getting a little bit ridiculous. I need to start using my bow more often, instead of punching people to death. I should start calling myself Rocky in game. People won't know the difference. Rocky the Vampire Hunter. Has a ring to it, I think. There we go with that Deceiver again, trying to backstab me. He's so rude. He never hit me once with that. I'm actually surprised. I guess because I could hear his footsteps. Deceivers really have loud footsteps. Really loud. Like you can't miss it between your own footsteps or your teammates. Even a Tyrant has quieter footsteps than a Deceiver, which is really weird because there's probably about 500 pounds of difference. So I was thinking about making a tips and tricks guide, I guess, for beginners, because everyone loves tips and tricks. Helps you get better at the game. So if any of these beginners are out there, I'm sure there are because the game is in open beta now. Forgot to mention that. And I'll leave a link down below if you guys want to start trying it out if you haven't already. If you guys liked the video, leave a like. Let me know what you guys think about the game mode, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.